Welcome to Ron's T-Bone Shed this Sunday, August 17th. Hey, it's my daughter's 19th birthday, so she gets to experience her last teen year. Yeah, she's the baby, so she's getting spoiled by her mother and her brothers and stuff like that. But, I don't, she doesn't have me wrapped around her finger, not at all. I mean, we just, Anyway, hey, I wanted to do a follow-up on this estate find that you saw the other day on my channel. I checked the serial number on it. It's a 1937 King Liberty 2B. Now, I thought it didn't say 2B, but when I look here, you probably aren't going to see this here, but it says King up here in big letters, then it says Liberty, and then inside this little squish triangle, it says 2B in these teeny weeny little letters made by the H&White Company. So, I bought it down in San Clemente, California, which is a coastal town. The house was a custom built home with a tennis court in the backyard. So those are the best estate sales to find, because it's usually a well-to-do owner who may have had one horn, and generally I find one horn. And because they're so used to having nice things, they keep their things nice. Now this one, overall, pretty nice. But let me show you some things here. There's some corrosion here on the bell. I mean, you can see the lacquer's missing, and it's already, getting some green and some orangey color here. So, and then, it's just kind of speckled. It looks like the horn may have been packed away. There might have been some moisture, and, believe it or not, moisture eats through lacquer. Now, if you do what I do, which is basically polish the horn really well and then seal it, with like I said, with a liquid ceramic, and then a museum grade or a polymer based automotive wax that gets hard over time and cures. If something goes awry on it, some moisture on it, and it gets through there, you can repolish that area and then recoat it, and it's going to look like the rest of the horn. You're not going to have these varied areas. But I mean, the lacquer is kind of missing up here, of course, because it's the neck, and it's kind of spotty all over the place. Like I said, it's kind of speckly, like there was some moisture to it. But overall, the inside of the bell looked pretty good. Probably because it was sitting outside. Nickel outers, brass bottom here, and the slide's pretty good. I only found two tiny little dings in it that's just causing it to drag just a hair. I mean, it's almost unnoticeable. I mean, it would be nothing to a student horn, but to an adult who wants to play this professionally and just wants that immaculate slide, I'll get in there and I'll take those two little dings and push them back out and just make it even tighter. But the slides are straight. It's in great shape. I mean, of all the King 2Bs that I bought that are, pre-1950, most of those end up having, kind of trashed slides. And so I have to do tube replacements and stuff like that. So this one's going to be a keeper. It's a little front heavy because it doesn't have the classic H&White counterweight on it. And I could buy a new one, but that's like $250. I mean, those are, so if any of you who are watching this happen to have an old 3-piece H&White counterweight, doesn't need to say King on it, and you want to sell me for an incredibly low price, that would be great. So if you have one, it's laying around, you're not using it, let me know. There's also some little corrosion up here. But the bell etching is just gorgeous. I mean, look at that. It's so Art Deco. It's just spectacular. But I mean, this is like from the period, 1937. But it's in wonderful shape. All the nickel looks really good. I mean, it just needs a polish. So I'm trying to determine whether or not I want to just deal with these corroded areas and get them polished up and sealed and just put a coating on them, even though it's going to look like different than the rest of the horn, to leave what's left of the original lacquer intact, or strip the whole horn. Because obviously this lacquer is not really thick. I mean, some older horns have a very thick coating of lacquer on it, which actually contributes to the sound of that horn because it impedes high frequency vibration. And one of those things back in that period, the idea was to impede high frequency vibration because it caused the recording of the microphones to crackle and all that kind of stuff. So they were trying to make the horns as dark as possible. Another Facebook buddy said, it's old. It's probably not the dual bore. Just took my calipers. It's the dual bore. So yeah, so 481 on the top, about 490, 489, 490, somewhere around there is kind of what I was getting on the bottom. So yeah, it's the dual bore. But anyway, let me give you a little toot on this. I'm going to be playing this on my newly acquired, didn't come with this horn, Mount Vernon, Bach Mount Vernon 11, not an 11C, the 11. Here we go. It's just got a wonderful tone. You know, the classic horns of the 30s and 40s and 50s, there's just a richness to the core and the sound of these horns that you just don't always find today. I mean, we have our custom makers. Like I said, I'll mention them. We have Edwards, which is a Getson company. We have Shires. We have BAC. These are a lot of the custom makers here in the U.S. There might be a few others that I'm missing out on, but I apologize. That they make their pro horns, you know, closer to these things. But you know, you just go with a classic horn, you get the classic sound. You know, that's just cool. Anyway, so 1937 King Liberty in tiny text 2B. It's good shape. This is a keeper. But anyway, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'm at 510 subscribers, so I kind of breezed by that 500 number, which was great, but apparently I need more views and likes to help get me to a place where I can monetize. So hopefully, you know, we'll get there. Okay, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.